Hello and welcome to another review. Today I'll share my experience playing Remnant II. As always, I'll keep it honest and as spoiler-free as possible. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. The game begins with some cutscenes and story reveal that show our character and their friend traveling through a post-apocalyptic wasteland. After a short tutorial area, we reach the main hub and are greeted by a town full of survivors. There are a lot of NPCs here who all have something to offer, and while I wasn't too interested in all the details, there's a lot to explore which makes the town feel alive. You can even eavesdrop on a conversation and hear one NPC trying to confess their love for the other, only to back off when they keep getting compared to that other NPC's ex. Little details like that give this area a lot of personality. But that's not why we're here. We're here to shoot guns and huff poison gas. The first proper world looks like a desolate alien planet, and while we do get a map which is super helpful, we must be careful not to venture too far towards the edge. I like how the game handled going out of bounds with making the player get sick, rather than just bumping into invisible walls, which would ruin the immersion. Also, despite these boundaries, the area is surprisingly large. I had to come back and explore some more after I thought I had cleared it, only to realize the objective marker was still present. That's when I found a small path that opened up to another huge area to explore. Exploration is really important here, since being a Souls-like, we're given limited and often cryptic information and left to discover most things on our own. Let's talk about that Souls-like tag. There are plenty of similarities to be made to the Dark Souls games. Looking at Steam reviews will tell you that it can be described simply as Dark Souls with guns, and I'd say that's mostly true. We get a dodge roll with iframes, build customization, and tons of different weapons and playstyles to choose from. There are multiple customization systems in this game too, and they go deeper than I expected at first. You can combine two classes and level up traits from each, add mods and mutators to weapons, create a custom prism with a variety of attributes like critical hit damage and status effect modifiers, and more. The amount of flexibility really lends itself to trying new builds and playing in different ways, which is a lot of fun. For example, I started with a greatsword, revolver, and rifle, but then switched my build to use claws and a crossbow with an emphasis on critical hit damage. The one big difference here compared to Dark Souls is that you don't lose anything on death, which is nice because I died. A lot. We can't talk about this game or compare it to Dark Souls without looking at the boss fights. There are lots of them, full of unique attacks that you need to learn how to deal with. There were even a few that I would say border on having gimmicks, however none of them were disappointing because of it. I'll leave these as a surprise for you to discover, but I will say it seems like the majority of bosses in this game are optional. I beat the game after a blind first playthrough and then looked up some guides to see what I missed, and there is so much more than I encountered at first. It's been a great experience going back to further explore areas and find bosses and side quests that I missed the first time through. It's especially fun to do this with the help of other co-op players who can join your world. I honestly can't say enough good things about how Remnant 2 handles co-op. It's seamless, you can travel anywhere with your party regardless of if the area boss is still alive, and the synergy between different build types like frontline tanks and ranged glass cannons adds a lot of depth. Whether it's with randoms or your friends, I suggest you don't overlook this feature. I want to give a special shout out to NBTQ who joined in my streams while playing this and entered my world to help with tough areas, puzzles, and bosses. So I went in not knowing what to expect, and I came out still not really knowing all that much, but I can tell you I had a blast playing this and will likely keep playing it some more. The first playthrough took about 20 hours to finish the main story, another 10 hours completing side quests and optional bosses, and there's still a lot more I haven't done yet, not to mention there are 3 DLCs which I haven't played either. This game seems to go on sale a lot and can be heavily discounted, so I would recommend adding it to your wishlist if it looks interesting to you. I hope you enjoyed the review and consider hitting like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.